Hi friends, and welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. We are in the middle of August already. Can you believe it? Where's this year going? I don't know, but I am so excited about this time of year because I love fall. It is one of my favorite seasons. And then of course Christmas, but I am so excited about these DIYs and I hope you enjoy them too. But before we get on with the video, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Brenda and this is my sleepy Oliver who's waiting for his treat. And if you're returning, well, you guys, we appreciate you so very much. So with all that being said, let's get on with the video. Now, let's get to crafting. Okay, DIY number one. So I'm going to take this wood latte cup that my best friend Kathy Jo with Kathy Jo DIY sent me. She got from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to paint the inside of that pumpkin with my orange. It's actually called Pumpkin Spice by Decor. And I am going to paint all of the non-raised areas as well as the back of my cup. And I did also paint the stem of that pumpkin with vintage green. No, antique green by Folk Art. And then I put Mod Podge on this part of the cup and went, oh, wait a minute, that's not where I wanted to put it. So I tried to brush it in. I ended up wiping it off after a little bit, but I wanted the Mod Podge over all the raised areas. So I'm going over the raised areas with my Mod Podge here, and then I'm going to set it aside to dry. But I also went over this part of the pumpkin too. I wanted to make sure to let you know I did put it on that as well. I just recently got these beautiful napkins from Hobby Lobby, but let me tell you guys, it's got 3 plies. And the first ply comes off really easy. The second ply, you can see I was looking, do I have both plies here? Because it just was not wanting to come off. And finally it ripped a little bit there and I was able to see, yeah, it is here. And I had a heck of a time getting that to come off. As you can see, I was using my double-sided tape there. Usually once you use that tape, it's really easy, but this stuff is stuck on there good. So I don't know if it's all of their napkins, if it's just the package that I got, but just beware if you get any of those napkins from Hobby Lobby, you might have that issue. So I'm going to take my pieces here, I'm going to lay them on my wood part, and I'm adding my parchment paper to help protect the napkin, and then I'm using my heat press there, and that just reactivates that Mod Podge so that it will stick. And then if you don't have one of these heat presses, you can also use an iron without steam. So then after that, I'm taking my X-Acto knife, I'm going around and trimming it. Now, I would recommend doing this after you put your top coat of Mod Podge because the napkin can rip too easy this way. And normally I do it after I do the Mod Podge, but I thought I'm going to try it this way. Yeah, no, it's better to just add the Mod Podge like I'm doing right here. And then once it's dry, trim off the excess. And then after I have my top coat on there, I'm going to take 2 wood hanging plank signs from Dollar Tree. I'm going to connect them together using my Jumbo Craft Sticks, wood glue, and hot glue. And then I'm going to just put them along the back side of my 2 signs to connect them. Then I'm going to paint the front and the back with Waverly chalk paint and the color Plaster. And then once I did both front and back, and then once it was dry, I added some more Mod Podge to the top and the bottom of my sign here, let it dry, and then I cut out some more of that napkin, and I'm just going to add it on with the parchment paper and heat press, and then add some more Mod Podge. Once it was dry, I did use my finger sander to get all the excess napkin off the sides. Then I'm going to take some of this beautiful jute ribbon that I don't know if that's what they call it, that's what I call it, but it is on Amazon. I do have it in my Amazon store if you're interested, and that link is in my description box, but I'm just going to put that where the napkin meets the rest of the sign. Then I'm going to use my wood glue and my hot glue here. I'm going to put this on the back of my latte cup, and then I'm going to add it kind of at a diagonal a little bit on my sign. And then I took my Cricut and I found this off Cricut Design Space, added to the front. If you don't have a Cricut, you could use stickers or wood letters, just make it your own. And then I took one of these little pumpkins on a stick from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to add that where the hanger is just to kind of cover it up. Then I took this ribbon. Both of these ribbons, I believe, come from Hobby Lobby. I'm just going to make some bows doing the awareness ribbon, scrunching them up in the middle, and then securing them with some twine. And then I'm going to dovetail the ends by cutting or folding the ends together and cutting at an angle. And then I'm going to use my hot glue and glue that right in place on the top. And then I'm going to add my hanger, which is just some jute twine. And then I'm just tying knots on the back, run the other piece through the other hole, and then we have a hanger. And I love this napkin. I love how this sign came out so much. Oh, it is beautiful. And I used to love pumpkin spice lattes, you guys. I don't enjoy them as much anymore. But I still love the sign. And when fall comes around, I want pumpkin everything. You have to let me know what you think about this in the comment box below. Okay, guys, real quick, I just like stopping in every video just to again show my appreciation to all of you guys who return every week, who watch my videos and comment and share all that fun stuff. I appreciate you guys so very much. Even if you watch my videos and haven't commented or shared or even subscribed, I still appreciate you returning, and I am so grateful for all of you. If you have not subscribed yet and you like this video and you like home decor on the budget, I would just invite you to hit that red subscribe button. It doesn't cost you guys anything, but it does help me out greatly, and I would appreciate it even more. So, yeah, with all that being said, let's continue on with the video. Okay, DIY number 2. So I'm going to take 2 of these really small cutting boards from Hobby Lobby. They were $2.50 or $2.49, but they were 40% off. So, you know, we're looking about $1.49. I painted them with my cashew, and then once it was dry, I took my antique wax and a paper towel, and I'm just kind of wiping it all along the top part of both of those cutting boards. I did go down a little farther down on the front and the sides than what you see there. And then I also did the same thing with 2 craft sticks from Dollar Tree. I did both the front and the back and the sides. And then after that, I'm going to use my Tight Bond Quick and Thick multi-purpose glue and a little bit of hot glue, and I'm going to put it along the back of my craft sticks. No, you know what? I take that back. I did not use hot glue. I just used my Tight Bond. After I had those on there, I took a little lid from a little spritzer thing that I had here, and I'm just tracing around it to make my eyes. And then I'm freehanding a triangle for the nose. I use my black paint marker to color in the eyes. I did use that same paint marker, which has a kind of a thick tip, to go around my nose, and I didn't like it, so I do end up fixing that later. On the second face, I ended up using just a black Sharpie. Then it's not as thick, and I liked that better. So after I had that done, I took a baby wipe and I took some, I think it's a Apple Barrel pink blush, and I just made some little cheeks. And then I'm using my Waverly chalk paint in the color pumpkin, and I'm just painting inside of the black line of my nose. And then I'm going to use my Sharpie here to draw out a face. I also did make some stitch lines on the nose, and then I'm making some on the lips or the mouth as well. And then I added a few little white dots on both of those eyes. And after that, I took some of this hula skirt that I'm using like you would raffia. You could use raffia as well. And I'm just grabbing some small pieces, and I'm going to put a little hot glue on the back of the craft stick that's hanging over my little cutting board, cutting board. And I'm just going to glue those pieces to the back. This is my female. I could have made it a little longer and then added some shorter for the boy, but I did a finger bow here. I wrapped my fingers twice. I took that in, wrapped it around my fingers, came up through and pulled it through that loop that I just made, and then pull real tightly there. Then I'm just going to hot glue it to the top part of my female. And then I'm going to add this little sunflower that came from Hobby Lobby right there. And then for the boy, I wish I would have used my pinking shears, and well, that's for fabric. I wouldn't want to cut this, but I wish I would have made the little patch here with some decorative edge, but I added a little piece of that paper and a button for the guy. And then these are these little button stickers that you can get from Hobby Lobby, and I got those, put those on the top as well. I'm going to use my Tite Bond Quick and Thick multi-purpose glue and hot glue. I'm going to glue the heads onto those little wood rounds, but I added a, what is that, tumbling tower block on the back for extra protection. Um, Stability is the right word. But anyways, I took, I think 12. I have 6 of these. So 2 times 6. Yes, 12. 12 of those, it glued them end to end so that they were too long. And then I'm going to glue 3 of them together. So one is the base, and then the other 2 will be on the side, just like you see me doing there. And then after I have them all hot glued, as you can tell, I used my Tite Bond and my hot glue. Then I'm going to go over it with a paper towel and my antique wax just to kind of help it match the back, or match my scarecrows there. And then I'm going to use my Tite Bond and hot glue again. Look at my fingers getting all dirty there. And I'm going to glue these to the back of my scarecrows. I just felt like thought I was going to stop with what I had there, but then I thought I need something else. So I glued those to the back, and then I just took some of these sunflowers from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to stick them in my little vase that I created. And there they are. I just think they are so, so cute. You'll have to let me know what you think about these in the comment box below. Okay, it is a time for celebration of your recreation. And we have this pretty truck picture. She made 2 of them. Kathy, those are just so pretty. Thank you so much for sharing. And Renee made this pocket sign. It is so sweet, Renee. Thank you so much. And then Terry made all of these. I love that sign about the no soliciting, and that made me laugh. Thank you so much, Terry. And if you have a creation or recreation that you would like me to showcase, you can send pictures to my email address that's listed there, or you can send them to me through Instagram or Facebook Messenger. Okay, DIY number 3. So for this DIY, I'm taking a 14-inch wood round from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to paint front and back with my Waverly chalk paint in the color plaster. I then marked 3 inches from the top and 3 inches from the bottom, and then I'm going to use my square ruler here to just make a straight line. And it doesn't go all the way across, so I kind of had to turn it around and make sure it was even. And then I put some Mod Podge down on both the top and the bottom within those lines that I created. Then after it was dry, I put my paper down. This is paper that I got from Hobby Lobby. I just love this paper. And I'm using again my parchment paper and my heat press technique. Now this paper wasn't wide enough. It didn't go all the way. There was just this little piece. So I cut some paper that matched. I got it to match pretty well. And I'm just going to do the same thing with my Mod Podge or my heat press there. Once I was done, I just took my little finger sander and went around and sanded all the excess paper off. Then I'm going to take this new Chalk Couture stencil. It's called 'Tis the Season Autumn. And since this is the first time I'm using it, I'm going to fuzz it about 4 times. If you're not familiar with Chalk Couture, these are a self-adhesive transfers, silk screen transfer is what we call them. And the reason why you fuzz them is that way it kind of dilutes the stickiness so that it doesn't pull up the paint when you pull it up. So I'm just getting it laid in place where I want it. And then I use my painter's tape to go over the little leaf areas all around the edge in the middle. And then after that, I'm going to start pasting. We use paste over everything. I'm going to start with my rust color there. And I'm just going to color this all in. I love Chalk Couture. I am a Chalk Couture designer. If you've never tried it before, or if you've never seen it before, or if you have seen it and you think, oh, that looks like it'd be fun, it is fun. I really do enjoy it. I have a link in my description box that you can click on to read all about it, get information about it. You can always email me if you have questions about it. But I always like to recommend, if you want to give it a try, to try the Chalk Couture Club. Club Couture is what it's called. It's $21.99 a month. You get an exclusive 8x11 transfer that you can't buy anywhere else, or even on the site. And then you get some coordinated chalk paste, and now they're doing like a surface that comes with it. And so I think that it's a great way to give it a try. If you do enroll, you do have to enroll for at least 3 months before you can cancel that enrollment. But it's just, for me, I think it's a great way to get your feet wet. We also have a new perks membership where you can sign up for that too and get 30% off all your orders. Plus you get some extra little benefits too. So that's all on my page. So just check out that link if you have questions. Again, like I said, you can just email me and I'd be happy to answer them. Now, what I did on that leaf, I did where I took a little bit of all the colors, as you saw, and then just mixed them together. And oh, I just love the way it came out. It is so pretty. I've done that before, and I just always love how it comes out. But anyways, once I am done, I do always wash off my stencil. You want to try not to get too much water on the back. I have it looks like a magic eraser that I get from Chalk Couture that I use to wash it all off with, but it's very important to wash that off right away so that way the paste doesn't dry on the silk screen. So after I was all done with that, I took some of these beads. Now or half beads. I'm sorry, I don't know the size of these. I do believe I have them in my Amazon store if you're interested. The link is in my description box. But I'm just going over them with the burnt orange color. And as you can see, I turned my tape around there. I have them on my painter's tape because a lot of times I'll miss the bottom edges and I like to turn it around to make sure I get all of the edges painted. Then I'm using my Titebond multi-purpose glue here to glue all those beads in place. Then I'm going to take my hot glue and some of this braided jute cord. This is also in my Amazon store. I love this stuff. It's just really, it's jute cord, but it just has a little nicer look to it than the regular jute cord. And I'm just going to go around the whole wood round and just glue this onto the end. I don't know, it just sometimes it just gives it a nice finished look. And I just like to use it sometimes. Then I'm going to use my big mouth crocodile to make a couple holes. But you guys, I made one too. It should have been farther out. So because there is 3 holes now, I knew I had to cover that top hole. So I'm going to make a bow using this burlap. I don't know how long they are. I didn't measure. I just kind of cut them down item. And then I cut the ends. I did the dovetailing. And then I'm just scrunching them up in the middle. And I'm connecting them with some jute twine. And then I'm going to hot glue them to the, well, before I do that, I'm going to take some more of that hula skirt and I'm going to make a knot. I took a handful. I'm just wrapping it all and making a knot in the middle. And then I'm going to hot glue. I'm going to cut it down. I'm going to give it a haircut because it's a little too long. And then I'm going to hot glue the bow down, just like you see, to cover that little hole. I'm going to add this hula skirt raffia looking stuff, and then I have a pumpkin from Dollar Tree. I just added that to the middle, and then I just added some of that same jute cord that I get from Amazon to create a hanger. I poked them through the holes, tied knots, and there it is. I love this sign. I love the, even though I'm not big into football, I still love all of those. And yeah, y'all let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, DIY number 4. We're almost done. Okay, so for this one, I took a small wood piece from Dollar Tree. I'm going to paint the edges all around the whole thing with my Waverly chalk paint in the color Night Sky. I do like to get a little bit of the top part of it, like you see me doing right there, just in case my napkin for any reason comes out shorter, which it did. And then I filled up those holes because we're not going to use them with some spackling, and then I'm going to go ahead and paint the edges as well on the inside and the outside and the top part of the edges, and then the back side with that dark sky. And then I am going to, is that what it's called? Night Sky. Oh my goodness. I'm going to go ahead and add some more Mod Podge along the middle part. And then I took this beautiful napkin I've had in my stash. I got it from decoupagenapkin.com. I love their napkins, you guys. If you don't want to buy a whole pack of napkins, check out decoupagenapkin.com because they do sell them singles, and each single usually has 4 sides, 4 pictures, on each side. So I love getting napkins because it doesn't cost very much because you can buy them singly, and they have a beautiful selection of napkins. So on this one, I laid this other napkin that also I believe came from decoupagenapkin.com. I'm getting it all added onto my sign, going over it again with some Mod Podge, being really careful not to add too much Mod Podge because then it will cause it to wrinkle if you do that. Then I'm going to take this brush that I got from Kathy Jo for my birthday, and I'm just smearing all of my Type Bond multi-purpose glue, my quick and thick multi-purpose glue, to the back, and then I'm going to add some hot glue around the edges. And I'm going to add this right to the front corner of my sign. And then I'm going to fill the other corner, with some blue leaves from Dollar Tree. The orange leaf came in a box of 500 leaves that I got 3 years ago from Amazon. I'm still working through the box. Then I took one of these velvet pumpkins. I think that one came from Hobby Lobby. The other velvet pumpkin came from Dollar Tree. But I'm just going to hot glue them. This one is not a velvet pumpkin, but it is from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to glue them in place. As you can see, I cut them all with those big honkin' scissors so that way they fit flat against my sign. I'm going to add a couple of sunflowers here and there. And then I'm going to take one of those wood signs from Dollar Tree. I'm going to paint it with Warm Sunset. And then I'm going to use my Type Bond Quick and Thick multi-purpose glue and some hot glue. I'm going to glue that sign to the top part of my stand-up sign here, and then it is done. I didn't even need to use any tumbling tower blocks or anything in the back because it stood up just fine. And that's all there is. I think this came out so cute. Yeah, you have to let me know what you think about this one as well. And the final reveal is coming right up. Again, make sure before you go, if you haven't hit that red subscribe button yet, make sure you hit it before you go. And make sure you guys give me that thumbs up and comment. That truly helps me out. And I will be back again on Sunday with another video. So with all that, you guys, I hope you have a blessed rest of your week, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.